goes out to you. This goes out to you, and you, and you, and you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you, and you, and you. Your reign on the top was short like leprechauns as I crush so-called willies, thugs, and rapadons. Get in that ass quick fast like Ramadan. It's that rap phenomenon. Don Dada, fuck Papa, you gotta call me Francis.
This goes out to you. This goes out to you, and you, and you. AKB.
In the house. Kicking the door, waving the 4-4. But we don't have
I love that song. God, I love that song. Hey, want to hear my big impression?
Go for it.
This is his line in the song. He goes, Jesus, got off the notorious. Pain of the first squeeze from both.
Damn.
How's that?
I mean, you can pronounce it a little bit. You can enunciate the words, damn.
Alright. So, how's everyone doing? You good? Everyone doing good out there? Alright.
I know, I'm doing fine.
Alright, how you been, Rico? How was your week?
My week's been good. Been very, very busy. I'm taking this theater class, and they had me go to Astoria, to the Museum of the Moving Image, to watch this video, which has no beginning nor end. And I still, to this day, don't know what I've watched, but I have to write a report on it.
So for a film class you're taking right now, you went to the Museum of Moving Image?
Yeah.
Right in Astoria?
Yeah, it's in Astoria.
Man. So you talked about this exhibit, a film playing on a wall?
Yeah.
You didn't really dig it. What was that all about?
Okay, so basically they had a background of Manhattan where they had taxis like passing in through traffic, and they had these words plastered across the screen. And there were sentences, but they didn't make much sense from one topic to the other. The first topic was about a rant with Chinese people breaking down cardboard boxes and using them as welcome mats for their doors. And it was saying stuff like, why does all of Chinatown smell like wet cardboard boxes? I don't recall any smell of wet cardboard boxes when I've been in Chinatown.
It's a very distinct smell.
Yeah, they were also ranting about the average Joe wearing the Mets jersey, which he hasn't washed for years.
Ew.
And like you could smell the stench, and he wears it to like every game. Oh, and there was another rant where people come to visit the city, but they only equate the city to Manhattan, and they forget about Queens. Until years later, they come to Queens. It was very weird, but.
Oh, first of all, welcome to the Clinch, everyone.
Yeah, welcome to the Clinch.
I just want to let you know that this is the Clinch, and we're talking about kickboxing.
Yeah, we're not talking about theater.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we didn't even say anything. We just went straight to the museum trip.
Yeah.
So, were you upset that they kind of gave Queens a cold shoulder? Because you're a Queens guy.
Yeah, I'm a Queens native, but yeah, I wasn't so offended. I was just like annoyed by the fact that I had to watch this video. More than anything. That
sounds like the most artsy-fartsy thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was very indie-esque and very artsy.
So, you said like 2 hours there at the museum?
Yeah, I spent about 2 hours there.
Gotcha. And you checked out the UFC gym on the way home, right?
I checked out the UFC before I went to the museum.
Okay, what was that like?
I mean, I just stood in front of it. I didn't feel like going inside. But just looking from the outside, it was pretty cool. They were playing some hip hop. There was people hitting bags. They have like 1 million bags over there. A couple treadmills. What else did they have? They had a stand outside with flyers, and they was trying to get people to sign up. And the reward for signing up is that you are automatically signed in for a sweepstakes, where they take you on a 4-day, 3-night trip to Cancun.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. My gym doesn't do that. But,
the UFC can afford a lot of things.
Yeah. So, as you guys know, the UFC gym in Astoria was originally LA Boxing.
Really?
Yeah. So,
not LA Fitness, LA Boxing.
Yeah, LA Boxing. Yeah, but now it's the UFC gym.
Well, why was there a joint called LA Boxing in New York?
I have no
well,
idea.
There's like LA Fitnesses everywhere here too, so I shouldn't be saying anything. That's interesting.
I don't know. I don't know the history of LA Boxing. But I know it's a franchise. Maybe it originated in LA.
So, you were like a kid at a candy store, huh? Just looking through the glass, fogging it up. Hey guys.
The staff was looking at me, looking through the window.
Oh,
yeah, and I was wearing my my Muay Thai tank top, where there's this guy punching a punching bag, but he's obviously a Muay Thai fighter. So I was wearing that, and I'm like staring through the windshield, through the front glass, just looking at everything. I didn't want them to approach me, so when they started walking towards the door, I walked away.
How'd you walk away? Like scurry away, like casually, or run?
I casually just walked away.
Oh, okay. Like you weren't even there.
Yeah.
I bet they get that all the time, though.
Yeah, they probably do.
So, what were these two people approaching you like? How many people approached you?
One was looking.
Okay.
And the other one was like jacked up.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the jacked up guy was walking towards me.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he was wearing like a tank top and he was all tatted up. So he was the one who was walking towards the door to see if probably ask me if I was interested in joining the gym.
Right.
Which I had time. I would probably, take like a class or two just to see how it is. But I'm here in Stony Brook, so there's no point in me.
True.
Signing up for a contract to go to their gym.
So, you said how it's a giant facility.
Yeah, it's giant.
And the Muay Thai fighter you saw, like, how good was he? Just from watching him for those few moments.
Hitting the bag?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I said I was wearing a shirt.
Oh, my bad.
Yes, I was wearing a shirt with a Muay Thai fighter hitting the bags.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I thought you were wearing a Muay Thai. Oh, okay, I never saw that tank top from your.
Yeah, I have it. Okay. I never worn it in front of you, but I have it.
Can you put it on Amazon so I can buy it?
Put it on Amazon?
We should do a sweepstakes. We should do a sweepstakes. I'm joking. If Rico's like, hey, I'm not putting on my... Where'd you get that?
I got H&M.
H&M?
Yeah.
I gotta show you something. Great. Check this out. Here it is. Check. So I'm sorry to all of our listeners.
Oh!
I'm sorry to all of our listeners who can't see this, but Rico, explain to them what this is right here.
So what Jimin is holding here is a shirt of Bruce Lee in his yellow T-shirt that he usually wears, and he's in his fighting stance. I don't know what you call that stance.
It's called the Bruce Lee stance.
It's the Bruce Lee Jeet Kune Do stance. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I would definitely wear that if I had it.
Got it from...
Maybe he should put that up for the sweepstakes.
Hold on, wait a minute. But guess where I got this from?
H&M?
Hot Topic.
Hot Topic?
Yeah, Hot Topic.
Oh.
It was online.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Hot Topics sold things like that.
But it's from Bruce Lee Enterprises. All rights reserved.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like they're the middleman. This was the best one they got. Like, you would think a Bruce Lee t-shirt would be easy to find a good one for, but so many people, they just fuck up the design. It's like him and their 50 dragons behind. It looks so corny, most of them. So I got the simple joint of him wearing the iconic yellow jumpsuit. So I'm going to be perpetuating a stereotype walking around campus pretty soon. Get the same haircut. Alright, so last podcast, we talked about Floyd Mayweather a lot.
Yeah. And
his reading issues on that radio show. And just a few hours ago, he finished his match with Marcos Maidana. And we just got to see it. Rico, I mean, I can talk about Mayweather all day, but you, a guy who's never seen a full-length Mayweather fight, or really boxing that much, you can give us the ending first. And what was your thoughts?
Okay, so...
Just tell them what happened first, yeah.
Alright, so... I saw the highlights of the last fight, and Maidana was very aggressive, throwing that 90-degree overhand that Jim was talking about a lot, and it was very effective. But this fight, Maidana was trying to come with that same aggression, but he didn't do it as much in all the rounds. Like, he did it a little bit in the beginning of the round, a little bit, but towards the end of the round, he was trying to do it again, but it wasn't as effective. Mayweather's defense is almost perfect. It is ridiculous. His slips, his shoulder rolls, the way he sticks out his elbow is amazing. And I personally thought that Maidana had like a higher volume of punches. It seemed as though that because he seemed more aggressive. But Mayweather, every shot, like most of the shots that he gave, like it connected. So he had a high accuracy with his shots. I think it was the 8th round.
Yeah.
When Maidana decided to bite Mayweather's hands, tried to chomp on his fingers.
You say that so casually.
Yeah.
Like, that was some weird...
That was
wow.
That was some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, what happened was the two guys, they got tangled up in the infighting game, and then Floyd kind of did a one-armed guillotine with his with his left hand. Maidana's neck trapped under Floyd's armpit. To break out of that, Maidana bites Floyd's fingers through the glove.
But did you hear what like the announcer said at the end of the fight? When he asked Mayweather, like, were you placing his gloves over his face to obstruct his breathing? What do you think about that?
I think it's a very loaded question. I like Jim Gregg, I believe that's the guy's name. He asks hard-hitting questions, but sometimes your questions, you're seeking an answer. That's not, it should be open-ended. Like, what were your thoughts on it? Not, what was your intent behind doing, really, a dirty move, covering the guy's mouth? Come on, man. The guy just went through a 12-round fight. You're going to ask him a question like that?
Yeah.
The other guy bit him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's one of those cases where, like, not even two wrongs make a right. It's like one wrong, but then a way worse wrong made it just weird.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry if anyone hasn't checked out the fight yet, but this is filled with spoilers, this conversation. Yeah. So, okay, so after the 8th round, what happened?
So the 8th round, Mayweather still keeps his composure. Maidana still with the aggressiveness, but like to no avail. And Mayweather was really just like getting to him with the straight right a lot. Like he would catch him with that right over there. And yeah, Mayweather won the fight once again, and he's still undefeated. 47-0.
God, this guy's been champion, I think, longer than we've been alive. No? Almost. He's been champion for like 17, 18 years now.
Yeah.
Since the mid-90s. It's absolutely unheard of. Not just in boxing, but in any sport for a guy to be that dominant. And really look more or less as dominant in each fight. There's levels, man. And he's the... Do you think he's the best ever? Because that's the campaign Floyd's been going on. TBE, the best ever. It's on his hats. It's on his team's shirts. Where do you think he stands in the history of boxing? From what you know about the history of boxing?
Okay, from what I know, perhaps. I mean, isn't he like the longest reigning champion so far?
No, in fact,
who's
longest reigning? See, I shouldn't even be talking because I don't know the longest reigning champion. I do know the longest undefeated streak is held by Rocky Marciano, a boxing heavyweight from the 50s. He retired the champion undefeated, 49-0. Floyd's at 47 after this fight.
Oh, so how many fights he has left? Two. So he's trying to...
He can tie it. That's the best he can do. Or he can extend his contract and fight into maybe his early 40s and get that number 50. Which I'm not even sure if he wants to chase. Floyd's never been a guy to, how would I say, sell himself out to placate to other people's standards of excellence. He is very fulfilled with himself and his accomplishments. Like he's my best friend or something. Like I'm his shrink. What the fuck?
He tells you these things.
But you know what I'm saying though? Like he's not gonna just say, because one of the reasons why Floyd fights the way he does, and some people say maybe this fight wasn't the most eventful, is he fights a technical, smart style. He's not gonna trade with you if he doesn't have to. One of the reasons why he's preserved his body since he was a young kid in the Olympics to now, getting hit. So, Rico, general assessment of the fight. If you had to rank it from 0 to 10, what would you give it?
Okay, so I don't watch any boxing matches that much. So, I would give it an 8 because I was really into it. I really liked it.
It's hard not to be, right?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, to watch it. Prior to I think until recently, I'm starting to appreciate boxing more.
Why?
I was always into my kickboxing. I was always into there's more to fighting than just punching somebody.
Right.
That's how I usually viewed it. Like you can kick, you can throw elbows, you can throw people, you can do so many things. And whenever I'm also in the African American community, so whenever you mention fighting, they always think boxing. And I'm always there there's more things than just boxing. So because of that, I kind of dismiss boxing. But now that I take kickboxing, and now that we're starting this all kickboxing startup, and I have to look at boxing now and analyze it more, I've grown an appreciation towards it.
That's fascinating. I didn't know that about you. I was aware that boxing is very powerful and popular in the African American community. But do you feel your affinity for kickboxing and Muay Thai is a way of maybe rebelling against the status quo?
I guess it is a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, definitely.
Why didn't you get on boxing like a lot of other kids in your neighborhood?
When I was younger, I really liked the martial art movies, to be honest.
Okay.
I really liked kicking. I really wanted to be like a little martial artist, like, a little karate kid. And, boxing wasn't that for me. I mean, whenever I got into fights, I would definitely throw a kick there. When I got into my school fights, I would definitely throw a kick. I would definitely throw people around. I would definitely tackle them. So it was like, boxing is cool, but I'll do anything I can to win the fight.
And this is Corona, Queens?
Yeah, this is Corona.
So you're born and raised Corona,
Yeah,
Queens.
born and raised Corona. I went to school in Elmhurst too. I was on the Elmhurst Corona border.
So were there any rec centers nearby that taught boxing for free to the youth, or any programs of that nature?
I never went to YMCA.
Okay.
I never did YMCA. What else? I begged my mom to take me to karate class since I was like a toddler. I would tell my mom, take me to karate, please. I don't have money. I'll take you next week, this and that, right? She would never take me, right?
Yeah.
So I used to be that kid who would watch the Kung Fu movies and like throw it around. And I would play around with my friends, and then I would get to fights with my friends. Not really my friends.
That's good that you weren't just getting to casually fighting your friends.
So I fought differently. I didn't do so much of the boxing thing. So yeah, boxing wasn't really something that really piqued my interest when I was younger.
Did you have friends or acquaintances who were going to the gym every day to train boxing?
I knew one person.
Okay.
I know a couple people that were good at boxing, but I didn't have any like close acquaintances that were like who explicitly like went to a gym to train in boxing.
Maybe if we went to like Brooklyn or the Bronx, where the scene might be a little hotter there.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the greatest things about the sport of boxing. A lot of people look at it as a pugilistic blood sport, but it's really a character and youth developing exercise. It's an environment where a lot of these rec centers, they offer it for free to the kids to get them off the streets, to get them away from bad influences, and then hone them really into martial artists. Unfortunately, a lot of what's happening today is that the martial arts aspect of these boxing gyms are going away and it's become more of a sport. So boxers, these young black kids, Hispanic kids, whatever, they're growing up not with the ideals of martial arts, but the skills. So they're cocky. They're looking at the dollar signs. They start fights, But yeah, I think that's. But they always say boxing gives you something back. Anytime you put something into boxing, it always gives you back. Do you feel the same way with kickboxing when you join?
In terms of like respecting it as a martial art?
Yeah, like when you joined your gym, the environment, the attitude you got back. What was that like too?
It was definitely a
better way to phrase it. Like, how would you describe your life before kickboxing and how it changed when you entered the gym doors for the first time?
Ooh.
This turned into like a fucking intervention.
I say fulfilling, man. That's what I would say. When I joined the gym, like the first week there, I'm like, yes, this is where I belong. I really fit in. It's something like I never joined the gym, but you visualize kickboxing so much.
Right.
You visualize Muay Thai a lot that once you join the gym and then you start hitting the bag, it's not something that's completely alien to you. So when I joined the gym, I got the sense of community. They don't really tolerate cockiness and rude behavior in my gym, so I wasn't really that kind of cocky, rude person when I joined the gym. I hope I'm not now.
No, you're not. You're all good.
I'm good.
I invited you over for a podcast. You ever watch, this is kind of a segue, you ever watch the movie Never Back Down?
Yeah, I seen Never Back Down.
Fast and the Furious, mixed martial arts movie. Yeah. One thing about the movie that I did kind of like, even though it might be a little corny, was how one of the main characters, the head coach, the black guy, how when the main character came to the gym and learned how to fight, and then he got into a street fight right after, how the coach banned him from ever coming to the gym again. Like, you're not supposed to start shit outside. That's not what this is for. So, what is your gym, your former gym, I should say, like in terms of that?
Definitely, I don't think they really support that.
Right?
Going out and starting a fight in the street. They don't really want you doing that. They really even hold back from you, like, just fighting in the sport, to be honest. They really ask you if you sure you really want to do this. They really want you to, like, enjoy the drills and the training for the sake of, you know, the fun aspect of it and not for the competitive aspect of it. So, unless you're doing jiu-jitsu, everybody tries to compete in the jiu-jitsu aspect of my gym. So, yeah, they really wouldn't tolerate you, you know, going out there and kicking people's asses because from what you learn in class.
That's good. It's really good. You know, by the way, Floyd Mayweather won, everybody.
Yeah.
We just want to make that clear. Floyd Mayweather won on the judges' scorecards. Unanimous decision, as he usually does. And just to get back into the fight real quick, thanks for already opening up for us, Rico. That was very touching.
I bet there's a few tears out there.
There's a lot of tears out there. Yeah. What's next for Floyd Mayweather? In this fight, to me, he was dominant. Aside from a few shots that Maidana did end up landing, which you could tell landed because Floyd's nose was bloodied after. They were like tissuing his face down, out, bloodied lip and everything. More or less unscathed otherwise. So what's next for Floyd Mayweather? I mean, you're looking at this man right here on my laptop screen.
Okay, so we see that Manny Pacquiao has to fight Chris Algieri.
Yes.
So probably, maybe, I'm thinking, Pacquiao will win this fight against Chris Algieri.
Right.
So hopefully he fights Manny Pacquiao, but nothing's set in stone, nothing's sure. Mayweather has 2 fights left, and then his contract is over. So hopefully he gives what the fans want, is that fight with Manny Pacquiao. So I don't know who Mayweather will fight before. Before he fights Pacquiao. Let's say hypothetically, he fights Pacquiao for his last fight.
You know why that would be a bad move on him? Because he can make money off a rematch.
Yeah, that's true.
And he can redeem himself perhaps in the rematch. What if he loses his final ever fight against his arch nemesis?
So.
Best time for Floyd to fight Manny is right now. So Manny Pacquiao's fighting Chris Algieri. This is going to take place right before Thanksgiving, November 22nd. And Algieri, he's the guy who just upset Ruslan Provodnikov, who was the former super welterweight champion and sparring partner of Manny Pacquiao. He still spars with Manny Pacquiao, and no one wanted to fight Ruslan Provodnikov. He was like this beast from Siberia. He's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Ridiculous knockout power, tremendous chin, and most guys avoid him because if you beat him, well, you're supposed to beat him because who's ever heard of this guy? If you lose him, your stock drops immediately. So Algieri beats all odds, takes a guy no one wanted to fight, and then now he challenges the great Manny Pacquiao. So it's imperative for boxing fans and even non-boxing fans, because guess what? If you haven't watched boxing, I don't care. You're gonna watch Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
you are like that. That's like how I'm not a football fan, but I always find a way to watch the Super Bowl.
So how confident do you think this will happen that Mayweather fights Pacquiao?
Manny has to beat Algieri. He has to. That's what I was trying to go. It's imperative for Pacquiao to win. That way, it's logically. That's why it's logical for Pacquiao and Mayweather to fight. That's why that fight has more prestige. Because who wants to fight? Who wants to see a fight where one guy's been unblemished, but the other guy is coming off not just a former one-punch cold knockout loss to Marquez, meaning Pacquiao. I'm talking about Pacquiao, and then another one. You know, then you're not matching up the 2 best of all time. One guy's faded.
Yeah,
that's always been like every boxing fan's worst fear, is this matchup, Manny and Floyd, is going to happen long after people would have wanted it, when both guys are starting to show their age, you know. But I say that Mayweather is improving at the age of 37. Every time he comes out, he's showing me something new. What are your thoughts on? Let's get into the technique part. Now that we set up everyone the background, what'd you think about Mayweather's techniques in this Maidana fight?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, the defensive aspect, the the shoulder rolls and the ducking is ridiculous. I wish I could do that.
Everyone wants to, every guy wish he could do that.
Okay, they hit him there a little bit.
Yeah, we're watching pictures of their first fight, and even in the frames, Floyd's technique is just spot on.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you know your technique is scalpel sharp, is when a guy takes a high-speed camera shot of it, and the still frame of it is perfect technique.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Watching the fight, I had a hard time keeping up with some of these strikes. I guess your eye's more trained for it, but I really had a hard time trying to like catch these hits that were going on.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, like I really had a hard time like keeping up with the fight. Like,
but you're a guy who's seen countless glory kickboxing fights.
Yeah.
So what is that an indication of? That you're not used to boxing, or simply boxers punch faster?
I really think boxers punch faster.
They punch faster.
They punch way faster.
And these guys are lighter.
Yeah.
Than a lot of the kickboxing matches we've seen.
For the kickboxing, you could see the punches, like the Yodsanklai fight. Okay, the first time I saw the left straight that grazed the opponent, and I saw the knee, and I thought it was the knee that really took him out.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it. I saw the left straight, and I realized, okay, that's the left straight that took him out. But for the boxing one, there was a lot of hits that I couldn't see, or I couldn't tell whether Mayweather was hit or not. And it turns out, like, a lot of times Mayweather was even getting hit. So
yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
So it wasn't so much one of the guys' offensive punches you not being able to see, but sometimes even not being able to check if a shot was effective because it was so fast. Huh. So does that mean that maybe in the first few rounds you gave rounds to Maidana when it should have went to Floyd?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that even some judges fall into, is they just think flailing or rushing means productive offense, which, you know, maybe you're controlling the tempo and the ring, but at the end of the day, if you're not landing clean, you're not landing clean.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's just banging your head against the wall, hoping something happens. But Floyd's like a sniper. Like a sniper. And high volume. Accuracy and volume. Yeah. That's fascinating, man.
I mean, by the later rounds, I started to catch on, like, okay, Maidana's not landing these shots a lot of the time.
Yeah. Floyd does this, it's called, to a lot, you know, like to general boxing fans, a Philly shell, which is a very nuanced style to develop, where it's an all-encompassing defensive style, where if you're standing righty, your left side of the body is forward, and then you dip your lead left hand to cover up your body, especially that liver, and then your right hand covers up your chin like you would when you normally stand. So one hand's down, one hand's up. And from there, you're more or less protected in every facet, except for a Muay Thai head kick.
Yeah.
But Floyd goes into that stance, and he rolls his shoulders into his opponent's punches, deflect them, dips under, pulls his head back, pulls his head in, smothers you, holds you. It's just the most complex defensive style that I think almost all boxers could know how to do at this point in their career, but they just can't because they didn't start out doing it early enough when they were young. It's like learning the piano. You know, if you learn certain chords on the guitar or whatever when you're young, you drill those moves into your body to they're ingrained. But after a while, it's hard to learn a second language.
True.
You know, that's a language right there.
It is a language.
And it's handed down. It's handed down from the purest source. His father. I mean, this has existed before his dad, but his father was really the one who, like, I believe even he didn't coin the term Philly shell, but like he really let people know that this is some effective shit. His father wasn't a world champion, Floyd Mayweather Sr. He was a defensive genius. Unfortunately, he didn't have the offensive capabilities as his son. And Floyd's uncle, Roger Mayweather, had a similar style, and he was a world champion, had a vicious right straight. Like a terrifying piston right straight. They used to call him the Mexican assassin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Floyd takes so many pages out of his uncle and his father's book. Like sometimes when Floyd comes out to fights, he has like Mexican gear on him, like with the flak. Like in this last fight, Floyd's gloves were like the Mexican color. In the Oscar de la Hoya fight back in the past, he came out wearing a sombrero.
Wow.
He's like mad. Yeah, he lives up to his uncle's name.
Mayweather having any kids anytime soon?
He has kids already.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, several
I don't
children.
even know anything about the guy. Do they box?
I don't think so. And maybe, you know, I'm not even sure if he wants them to get into the sport.
Like, Ali didn't want his kids to box.
But then his daughter turned out to be a total Absolute stunner.
Yeah.
Would you, if you ever had, like, let's say in a parallel universe, you were a Muay Thai legend, would you want your children to be in the sport too?
I don't know. I really don't. I would like them to be not dependent on the sport to survive.
Mm-hmm.
If they're doing it out of fun and they don't need it to like put food on their table and to keep money in their pockets, then fine, go for it. But I wouldn't want them to do it like as something they need to survive on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of professionals feel the same way. Oscar De La Hoya, training for Floyd, said he would sometimes tear up when his little son would jump in the ring to watch his daddy train and like run around and pretend like he's fighting, because it breaks his heart that one day his son might have to fall into the same path he did because I wouldn't be able to provide for him enough. That's some like really heartbreaking stuff. But yeah, damn, dark shit. What happened right now?
Yeah.
But we're talking about like Floyd's family, and I guess it's a logical segue. So bottom line is Floyd Mayweather
kids at night. Let me stop.
Whoa, wait, what happened now? So bottom line is Floyd punches faster than a rattlesnake bites.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. They did a special on Sports Science, and they clocked the rattlesnake striking at 35 miles per hour. Floyd hits at 40. Floyd accelerates at 45 with his punches.
That is ridiculous.
Could you imagine? And you and I were speaking earlier about how in a sparring match between us, there's so much chaos. In our heads, the shots are landing harder. They hurt a lot harder, and we're landing harder. But from the outside perspective of video of us fighting, actually more or less like controlled, because we understand we don't want to hurt each other. But when you're in the fire, it's the fire.
Yeah.
Imagine being in the same position in Maidana's shoes, fighting against Floyd, and those punches are whizzing past your face.
Oh my
like
god!
That, you ever see a car? You ever stand by the side of the road and watch a car go by 45 miles per hour?
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
And it's that times like 200 punches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Floyd's a physical specimen, and like I said, learned this brilliant style that most people, when they take it up at a later age, they just drop because it's too frustrating to learn, and they're not going to risk getting knocked out by dropping their lead hand or adopt a new style for the sake of it and risk their record. But Floyd made the commitment, took the risk early on, said, I'm going to learn this, and has kept up with it. One of the reasons why he's really the only guy to have this style. Other guys have emulated it, like Adrian Broner. Have you known Adrian Broner? Okay.
Nope.
We're gonna have to watch him fight one day, but
right.
He's like Floyd's protege. And he tries to do this. He's a boxing star. He is a boxing star. He tries to do this. Difference is it's not as slick. Movements are stiffer, not as reactive. This is a very fast muscle fiber twitch, muscle fiber technique. A lot of hand-eye coordination and reflexes. So like when you watch Floyd, do you to you, what stands out the most? His technique, his talent, his physical just gifts from life? Because if you watch his dad fight or his uncle, retarded hand speed. And his dad right now, even in his like 60s, has crazy hand speed.
Oh, okay. What really stands out to me the most with Floyd Mayweather is his reflexes.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy can see almost every punch coming to him. And I just don't get it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
When you throw a punch at me, you will catch me once or twice, but it's like with Mayweather, like he just sees it and he'll just like shift his head just like a quarter of an inch to the left, and the punch just grazes past his chin or just misses him completely. And I think that's the only. That's not the only thing, but that's the thing that stands out to me the most is his reflexes and his ability to like deflect these punches and like defend himself on the ropes. I mean,
you think that's physical or trained or both?
I think it's both.
I think it has to be both. Right?
It has to be both.
Because well, as far as the training aspect goes, if you ever see him hold pads with his Uncle Roger, you ever see him do the mitt-work routine they do?
No, you told me about it, but I never seen
Oh, man. We'll just watch, because I don't want to bore the fans who can't see this. But if you guys want to check it out, just type in mitts, like, you know, like gloves, mitts Floyd Mayweather. And it should be the first 50 videos that pop up. Look at this. And a lot of this is what gives him these skills. Look at this. See that?
Oh.
And he's going easy here, too. He can ramp it up. So, Rico, explain to them what you just saw for the first time. Because I remember when I saw that the first time and I was blown away.
It's like they're playing patty cake.
Patty cake?
So, it's not choreographed, is it?
No, well,
A little bit.
How would I describe it? It is choreographed in that there are patterns and routines, but a lot of it is freeballing. You know, like I think they have a number system. Like Floyd yells out 3 and Roger gives him like a 3 pattern, which could be an extended chain of like 12 punches straight. But then it says 1, and then they mix it up. Like when Floyd rests, right straight, they go bop, bop. They throw different like that right there, different moves in the middle of the chain. So what do you think about this right here? No one in the world does this. No one.
Nobody does this?
No one does this. Well, not to the degree Floyd does. Other guys have emulated, but it's not as diverse.
Oh, wow. I guess this is like the key, I guess.
I mean, look at
It's very effective. Look how fast his hands are moving and the way he's ducking.
And how he's... I'm sorry, people. So, for who don't see this, what's happening is we're watching Floyd Mayweather hit mitts with his uncle Roger. Yeah. And Roger and Floyd, they've been training together since Floyd was a teenager. So they know each other inside and out. And Roger's, like you said, kind of playing patty cake with Floyd in front of his face, point blank range.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Floyd's landing combinations on these mitts left and right.
Yeah, that's true too.
And to like get, yeah, it's beautiful. And in the middle, Floyd's also using defense. Like Roger doesn't just tap Floyd's hands. He also tries to actually hit Floyd, and Floyd has to duck under. He tries to punch Floyd. Floyd blocks it with his shoulder. And they do this for 20 minutes straight. No breaks.
Oh, wow.
It incorporates hand speed, obviously, and being able to get comfortable in the fire. Because guess what, man? A lot of fighters, they try to hit Floyd at this range, and he just moves everything out the way. You know? But you can't do that unless you know the guy. Like, unless you like really love the person and have been with him for years to train that, you can't do it. Like Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach, they don't have that routine because they just haven't been together as long. Or maybe that's not their style either. We should try that. With my Thai pads.
With your Thai pads?
And hit you.
We do have focus mitts.
Oh, really? Who has focus mitts?
Jeremy.
Jeremy has focus mitts?
Yeah.
Fuck. I should bring them next time.
The focus mitts are in the bag.
Nice.
Yeah, Jeremy has his bags at my suite.
Focus mitts are good in that, accuracy is important. And you know what I realized about the Thai pads is, I think a good Thai pad holder also has like strong arms to move them fast and with dexterity. Because it's hard, man, to land fast combos for you. It's hard to hold pads for fast combos for your training partner. It's so bulky. But anyway, that's it. That's I think one of the key ingredients to Floyd's magic and his incredible jump roping skills. We're just gonna go on a Floyd montage here tonight. Forget the clinch. This is Floyd the podcast.
The Floyd podcast.
Because goddamn, I'm obsessed with this guy.
Let's see how he jump ropes.
You've seen this before, right?
No.
Word? Check this out.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Arguably the best ever in boxing history we're watching. And he doesn't even sweat a bead. So we're watching Floyd jumping rope, hyping up actually his fight for Marcos Maidana. The first fight? For like the press, it's a work of art. You know what I'm saying? Everything he does is to the absolute epitome. He pursues everything to his zenith. He doesn't want to be second best at anything when it comes to boxing. I'm not just talking about the fighting part. I'm talking about the drills boxers do. He wants to be the fastest on the speed bag, the slickest on the jump rope, and it's that drive to be perfect at what he does that makes him such a great fighter. He doesn't want anyone to jump rope better than him. That's what it comes down to. I don't want anyone to look better jump roping than me. I'm going to be the best at this thing. No one does that. It's so fast, so much cardio involved, and that brings us to the next part of his game, which is his incredible endurance.
Okay,
They talk about that.
Yeah, he obviously doesn't get tired. Boxing is already known for its cardio. Fighting 12 rounds.
Exactly. Well, you know, you say that, but Glory, 3 minutes... But at the same time, all your cardio is crunched down into 3 minutes. Like you go full out. You know what I'm saying? It's like a difference between a marathon and a sprint.
Yeah, that's very
Both
true.
require cardio, just different kinds. Boxing, I think you need maybe like, you know, some guys they're animals the first round, but then they gas out. But some guys they can go on for extended periods of time, but then they don't have the fire to give you explosive bursts in the middle. It's the combination of both you need to be good in boxing. And yeah, Floyd definitely has that. One of the reasons why he's so good is even though his opponents might try to bully him, use dirty tactics like what Marcos Maidana did in the first fight, like knee Floyd coming forward in the clinch. Like Maidana kneed Floyd in his thigh. He like headbutted him, you know, dirty boxed him. Guys can't keep up that pace against Floyd. They just wilt. And Floyd overtakes them. That's the one thing I realize about when we spar, is when techniques pretty much equal,
Yeah.
one thing that separates the fighters is simply cardio.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, that essentially means that Giorgio Petrosian, with shit cardio, could lose to any scrub kickboxer. Like, you know, like, that's the one element. And, that's
I want to say any scrub.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Any scrub, like me, fuck that. No, Petrosian will kill me. But, like, it's the X factor, man. Literally, without the fuel to fuel your techniques, what's the point of even having skills? It's never going to shine. And Floyd knows that. Like, and he's a self-trained man. We talked about this over the summer. I'm watching his training. I'm talking so much this because I fucking love this guy. Yeah, I know, no homo. But like, no, I was watching him training, and like I said, unusual hours of the day. Like, wakes up at 3 p.m., doesn't do anything for the whole day, and decides to train at 5 in the morning. Goes to bed at noon, and then wakes up at like 9. Train, and guess what? Sometimes he eats a Big Mac. He regularly treats himself to like fast food.
Damn.
And I'm watching these two guys train, and to any non-fighting fan who just understands the rewards of hard work, work ethic, I should say, and professionalism, they would think Maidana would wreck this other guy who looks like he's like slacking, going to parties and amusement parks and. But Floyd, look what he did to Maidana in this fight. Look what he did to Maidana in this fight.
Schooled him.
So, what is that a testament to? Is that a testament to the camera not catching Floyd in his off hours when he's training his ass off? Is it Floyd just simply having more fights than other guys, so it's experience in the ring that matters? Is it talent? Is it mental composure? Is his ability to adapt on the fly? Let me tell you, Maidana convinced me he was going to beat Floyd in this fight. I didn't say this earlier, but watching the training by the third episode, I was like, dude, he's putting everything together. And the first fight let me know this guy has a chance. So the second fight, he's going to win. That's what I thought. Huge upset. But what are your thoughts on Floyd, a self-trained man who puts on masterpieces without real like coaching motivation?
I guess the media doesn't want to really honestly portray Mayweather as somebody who trains as much. I guess you'll really have to be a fan of the fighter and like kind of know him a little bit more to realize that he really trains like crazy. I think I've mentioned this. I think we talked about this earlier.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, how Ronda Rousey says is that people like to show Mayweather looking at Bentleys all day, but they don't know how much Mayweather really trains for his fights, and that he really is good at what he does, and he really is the best. So yeah, they could show Maidana train all day.
Maybe it's also because like the cameras, they want the glamour. They want things that are entertaining, and that's and the special with two guys both like sweaty and in the gym might not be the most attractive to non-boxing fans.
It's kind of yeah, I see where you're coming from.
You know,
Mayweather is already the champ, so what's the point of showing Mayweather kicking his ass to win just another fight? It'll be more appealing to show Maidana training as hard, trying to beat the champ. Will be the next guy to beat the champ?
There's a storyline to that narrative. See that? Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And speaking of Floyd's training, last topic. Seriously, last topic.
Right.
But the guy just takes no breaks.
Oh crap!
So no, I'm not joking. So Floyd Mayweather's longtime strength and conditioning coach, his name is Alex Ariza. I'm sorry, Trevor Alex Ariza. Trevor Ariza is a basketball player. Oh. Alex Ariza, and he's a very controversial figure because some people accuse him of actually giving him Pacquiao performance-enhancing drugs to climb up that weight. Like, you know how Pacquiao, when he started out, he was skinnier than me? He was like 105. Oh, wow. Like an atom weight in the Philippines. And then through the years, he climbs up 8 divisions, sweeps up the championships, retains his knockout power, and starts dropping fools cold. that's crazy to think that me in this frame at 180 pounds is going to have the same knockout power against guys that are naturally. So people are saying, what's going on here? Is it giving him drugs? So Pacquiao cuts him out of the circle a few years back. Ariza goes to Maidana's camp to train him for Floyd's first fight. After that fight, Maidana loses, they cut him out. So Ariza, guess what he does? He goes to Floyd's camp just to like scout him, to watch him, because Floyd invited him. And he said, I've never seen anything like this before. It's been 2 hours straight, and this guy's taking maybe like 2-3 breaks.
Damn.
And I've seen, it's kind of like CrossFit, minus the douchebagginess. He had hit the speed bag for like 10 minutes. Walk over to the heavy bag, right there. That's 15. Jump rope, heavy bag. Jump rope, heavy bag, water, pads. It's retarded. Just diverse, systematic, and that everything is down to the minute. And he has a guy, his cut man, clocking everything. When you hit the speed bag, the heavy man literally has a clicker that he counts every punch on the speed bag landed to track his progress. And they show it to the camera to flow. And he's like, 3,000 punches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 3,000 punches. And I was like, wow. And you have to. There was a clip leading up to this fight of Floyd begging his uncle to keep up with his pace, holding the mitts. He's like, no, come on, Roger, we gotta do this. And his uncle's beat. He wants to like sit down and chill. And Floyd's like, come on, we gotta do this. That's when I knew this guy is dedicated. You know, it's part of boxing is literally in his essence. From the moment he was born. His father's a boxer. His uncle's a boxer. His whole neighborhood, his families, and like barbecues, family gatherings, that's what they do in the backyard.
They box?
They box for like fun. For like bragging rights between like cousins and like uncles.
That's crazy. I wouldn't want to fight them. And
then like the earliest video of him Floyd boxing is like his dad lifting him up to hit the speed bag when he's like a toddler. Next thing you know, Floyd when he was a kid. I'm like a stalker of the.
Damn, you are a stalker.
God damn, last thing. Like when he was a kid, he used to drag his heavy bag to the boxing gym on his back. Yeah, as a kid. He used to drag a heavy bag back and forth to the gym, like a small, like 70-pound heavy bag. All right.
Wow, I know you'll faint if you see him in person.
Is there any fighter you have that you are as crazy about?
Yeah, not to your extent. I like Tyrone Spong.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Who else do I
God damn, I'm boring people with my Mayweather fandom.
No, trust me, you're not boring people.
I think it's like some shit people haven't heard of though, you know? This is some like, behind the curtain shit.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good podcast.
See, when you say it's going to be a good podcast in the middle, it's not gonna.
It's going to be a good podcast.
Yeah, man, so that was Mayweather Maidana 2. Hopefully Pacquiao steps up, or both Mayweather steps, or whatever. Alright. Lion Fight 18 took place last Saturday night, and it was Yodsanklai versus
Khalifa.
Salah Khalifa.
I just remember the last name because of the rapper.
Shit. I almost said Wiz Khalifa. Yeah, for no joke I said that. So Rico, just let them know what happened in this fight.
Okay, in this fight, it was really no match. Yodsanklai destroyed Khalifa. He survived the first round. Khalifa wasn't really moving around his opponent, trying to absorb shots from Yodsanklai. Heavy kicks, like Jimin said during the fight, you could tell the difference between the kicks from Khalifa and Yodsanklai. Yodsanklai's kicks when it hit his body were, oh my god, they were heavy kicks. And it was really to be honest, it was a pointless match. Second round,
a pointless match.
Second round comes around. A few scuffles between them, but like the second time they started banging. Yodsanklai came with 2 right hooks. Then he comes with a left straight.
It was like a jab, and it
was it was like 2 rights and then the left straight. The left straight didn't really connect, and it kind of like grazed across his chin.
Right.
But I really knocked him silly, and then he brought him in for the knee, straight into the sternum. Khalifa drops, and when he stood up, he wasn't able to fight. He was doing the chicken dance all over the place. And he was out of it, and the referee just called a match.
Oh man,
Yeah, Yodsanklai's a problem.
he's terrifying. You know, there are some Thai fighters out there. You look at them and they can literally knock you out at any time they choose. And you, what's his face? UFC flyweight with the mustache, Uncle Creepy, Ian McCall. Ian McCall. He talks about how in his gym, there's these Thai guys that come out, and it's terrifying to spar with them because he knows at any moment they can knock him out, but they just choose not to.
Damn.
At any moment they can cut him, but they just don't. And he says it's a different level when these guys hit you. It's like unlike anything. Yad's at the peak of these guys' caliber. And if you just look at Yodsanklai, you just see the size of his calves.
What?
They're like the size of our thighs put together.
Two thighs. Like,
Two thighs, like
one calf.
yeah, like what you find at a deli, just two calves, boar's head at the school deli, just two calves next to each other. But like it's crazy. Like that's years and years since as a kid, jumping up and down on tires, jump roping, jogging, hitting pads, and it's not like weightlifter calf muscle. That's dead. Weightlifter calf muscle, it just looks gross and nasty. But the Thais, they have a lot of coordination incorporated into their legs. All that is real knockout power, not just for show. And these guys, man, what was Lion Fight doing scheduling Khalifa and Yad together?
I guess they needed somebody.
You think it was like that shit?
Oh, look at your calves. Oh,
I'm showing no, those are I have like weird. Yeah, I have weird looking calves. They look like biceps.
are you doing curling with your?
Yeah, I know. I'm curling with my bike. Yeah, but this is just from jump rope too.
Oh, nice.
My calves are just from jump rope.
Yeah, jump rope really helps.
It really does.
So if you guys want good calves, you should jump rope.
Oh hell yeah! Like immediately improves it.
Leave the leg presses alone. Just jump rope.
Jump roping is a form of leg pressing.
Yeah.
It's mini leg pressing, just 1,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe because Yodsanklai, this was his comeback fight for Lion Fight. They wanted to bring him in easy. They gave him this guy,
Maybe,
but
yeah,
you know, in the next fight, he better fight someone more competitive, man. Because I don't want to just see one guy sweep the division.
Yeah.
You know, what's the point of that? Those body kicks. Yad has God's gift in his left kick. It's ridiculous.
I don't know how Khalifa is able to like stand up and just like block the kick.
Because let me tell you, I checked Jeremy's kick last Friday night. Oh, it still hurts. We were sparring without any gear just to work on technique and accuracy. I give him a left body kick off the switch, and he catches it with his right elbow. And I don't know what this pain is. It's not a bruise necessarily. There is a slight bruise there, but it's like internal. It's like the bone that's leading down to my ankle got sprained because I hit that part of the shin. Like so when I touch that shin part, it actually hurts my ankle. Should I get this shit checked out? What the fuck is this?
There's a muscle that extends from the shin down to the top of your foot.
Okay.
So I forgot the name of it. I think it's called tensor fasciolate. So when you tip your foot forward, right?
Yes.
Do you feel the pain?
Yes, I do. A little bit strained. It's better now.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a muscle that runs across the front of your shin towards the top of your foot.
So right now you think the muscle's just bruised, or?
Yeah, probably a little bit.
I should go easy on it. Because it's a weird... I've never felt this pain before. It's like an internal... I can feel like the splitting of the tibia and fibia.
Yeah, there's a muscle right there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Damn, that's scary though. Because Yad didn't give a fuck if Khalifa was catching it with his elbows, with his knees. He didn't give... That's when you're a true Thai. Is when you can throw kicks with reckless abandonment because you are so confident in how conditioned they are. But you get a Taiwan Spong injury.
Oh.
But you get an Anderson Silva injury, that being said.
Yeah. It could happen to anybody.
Could happen to anyone, like a leg snap. So you guys still got to be careful with your placement. But, you know, Yad just says, fuck that. So Yodsanklai wins via knockout. And on to the next one. Lion Fight number 19. Now, this one, it doesn't have Lion Fight's maybe biggest stars, but it has a big name that I respect a lot. Fabio Pinca. He's the champion of the welterweight division, and he goes against Sean Kearney. Rico?
I really don't know much about that.
Okay. Well, what I know is Fabio Pinca he beat Malapet in lion fight. And fair and square. Not knockout, but he beat him on the scorecards. Pinka, he's respected in especially Thailand because he's a French guy who went to Thailand and started beating the Thais at their own game. Not a Lumpini, or not a stadium champion, but he is like a WBC Muay Thai champion, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes from that traditional Thai style, but brings it into kickboxing. Very technical striker, very good. Fought Georgia Petrosian in Petrosian's first fight in Glory.
Okay.
But Petrosian, you know, schooled him. Didn't hurt him that badly, but schooled him, like Petrosian always does. But what he showed me in that fight was, when it comes to like catching kicks and reflexes off of checking, top notch, because you have to be in Thailand. And in the clinch game, that's another thing he couldn't do in Glory, so we'll see in Lion Fight what he does. Any guy that can give Malapet a challenge, beat him, yo, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And should be a good fight. Fabio Pinka, Sean Kearney, and that it's going to be. Oh wow! I'm sorry. I thought this was gonna be like in 2 weeks, but even Lion Fight needs to take a few breaks. This is gonna be Friday, so. November 21st.
Friday, hiatus here.
Hey, you're like a hiatus for everyone. UFC got hiatuses. Glory got hiatuses. Lion Fight got hiatuses.
Wait, maybe not UFC. UFC always has something going on.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So at least like Lion Fight, that's what's great about them. It took them like less than a week to start promoting their next fight. We always praise them for their activity, and here it is. And then this time they're coming to where is this? Is this in Las Vegas again? Yeah. Yeah, it's in Vegas.
Is it?
It's Foxwoods Resort Casino. I mean, it's not like guys. I mean, if you want to travel to it and catch the fight, please do it.
I think Foxwoods is in
Mohegan Sun, Connecticut. Oh yeah, have you been there?
No, I haven't been there.
Okay,
but they came back.
Man, you ever want to go to a live Muay Thai fight?
Yeah, I do actually.
Have you ever, or like anything close to it?
No, I haven't. I had an opportunity to go to which Glory was it? When they were in New York.
Oh my God!
And Are you kidding me? I didn't buy the ticket.
That would have been so expensive though, and you would have gotten like the nosebleeds.
Yeah, I would have gotten the nosebleeds.
Because you know who was sitting front row? Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. I know you would have ran down the
yeah. Floyd, I love you, boy. I love you, baby. His bouncer just shook me down.
Get him away from me,
baby. Yeah, wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, that was
Floyd's reaction to Maidana biting him in the fight was like a really uncomfortable moment. Yeah. Like, it wasn't like he got angry at him. It was just he got upset that this guy would do something so dirty.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to bring this into the ring, man? That's so dirty. What's wrong with you? It was like that. But anyway, what do you think about Floyd actually showing up to Glory events? He went to the one in New York, and you know he went to the one in Japan? Do you think Glory's flying him out to these things? What's going on?
I don't know, because at first I thought, maybe Mayweather is just interested in kickboxing, but you're the one who brought up the possible idea that maybe Glory's flying them out so they could, sneak in some cameos of him sitting in the front stand so more people will watch kickboxing.
They even got Evander Holyfield.
Maybe they are fans, I guess. I don't know. They probably invite him over. They invite him and then, he decides to come.
I was actually checking.
I wonder what he honestly thinks about it. He's never said anything about Glory. You just see cameos of him sitting.
I mean, we know what he feels about MMA. He hates MMA.
Yeah.
You know.
Really? What does he say? Does he say like they hump each other and stuff like that?
Okay, before I say this, the comments I heard him say about it are from like a few years back. But ever since then, I've never heard him redact his statements. I think he looks at it as like not a real sport. As like a bunch of like non-athletes wrestling and Yeah, Bernard. I'm sorry, go on.
He's so wrong about that. I'll tell you.
Bernard Hopkins felt the exact same way. He publicly said in like an MMA interview that I think this is like trash and stuff. Until he trained with the Black Zillions in Florida with Rashad Evans, and then right after that training session, they interview him and he's huffing and puffing. He's like, I have to say, these men are very serious. What they do is very serious, and I have the utmost respect for them now. And next thing you know, he's giving Rashad Evans boxing advice in the locker room. So Bernard Hopkins just, right like that, changed the switch on his opinions on.
They really just don't know. That's what it is.
If you,
ignorance, to be honest.
Dude, if Floyd rolled with a guy,
no, Floyd would be.
He would definitely look at.
I think I could roll with Floyd.
Holy shit! Okay, great topic. Why do you think there are so many people that want to pick fights with Floyd? From like YouTube warriors to anyone. What is it about him? Is it his bravado, his cockiness? What is it?
I think it is a little bit of his cockiness. I think that attracts these little warriors to prove that they could beat him some way somehow. I guess it's the fact that he's a champion and he's undefeated.
Yeah.
And they want to just nitpick and say, oh, he's not good at everything. He can't roll, he can't do this, he can't do that. Well, duh, I mean, he's a boxer.
Yeah.
He's good at what he set out himself to be good at.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't think he really cares that, Ronda Rousey could beat him in a judo match,
yeah,
or in an MMA match.
Yeah.
I don't think he really cares.
And she would.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
she would. And it kind of breaks my heart because I love, as you can tell, Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, I love
but Ronda Rousey's tremendous.
I love Ronda Rousey.
Absolute destroyer. But I know what else I think. I think there's a part of human nature that we just don't like when people achieve super success. I think like jealousy is a big part of human nature, and we have to kill it.
Alright.
It's like I don't want to see you at another level than I am, so I want to bring you down to mine. And it's such a weak bitch mentality. I hate people that do that shit.
Oh, I'm about to get controversial right now, guys.
Oh, what's up?
The other day I was reading an article by Fighters Only, and they said that John Jones probably doesn't have as much not say respect, but like as much like media portrayal, even though he's basically the undefeated for his division.
Yeah.
What is he, light heavyweight?
Light heavyweight undefeated.
Yeah, light heavyweight undefeated. And he doesn't get as much love as other fighters. Probably because he's black and he's cocky.
Mm.
This is what Joe Rogan mentioned. So they were quoting Joe Rogan. They were saying that that Chael Sonnen has been very cocky throughout his career in MMA. And he hasn't won as much fights and hasn't been nearly as successful as John Jones. Yet still fans don't like John Jones as much as they like Chael Sonnen. And this is something that he's mentioned. They said he said maybe there's a little bit of racism in it because they like to see the black guy that is successful but humble at the same time. Whereas other fighters don't have to be as humble. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, I want to know what you think about it as the black guy in the room.
As the black guy?
as the resident black man.
Damn, maybe there is a little bit, I guess. Maybe, because Floyd Mayweather is a little bit cocky, there's a couple fans that don't like him as much. Just because of that. And because of the fact that he hasn't fought Pacquiao. But you stated reasons why Mayweather hasn't fought Pacquiao, which has nothing to do with him dodging fights. So people kind of see Mayweather as like a show off, a showboater, and not somebody who's really talented. But now we both know that that he really trains his ass off. And yeah, I guess I do see that John Jones can really be a little cocky, but he's not too cocky to the point where
Yeah, there's a fine line between. Like going on a Twitter rant about another guy, like on his Twitter, like John Jones, you suck, man, fuck you, and this is from like @yourmom72, versus going like, I wish he was a little bit more humble. That's fine. You can have your opinions, but don't be a dick about it. I think John Jones, he tries to embody a martial arts ethic, right? He talks like a martial art and such. But on the other hand, like he's starting street fights and stuff with Dan Cormier on the press conference. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, I have all the respect for his accomplishments, and you can't deny he's the greatest light heavyweight ever, But I just want to know if John Jones can be a martial artist through and through. That's it.
I guess, yeah. I mean, there was news about him like driving his Bentley drunk and like crashing it into trees and stuff.
Yeah, he's a young guy.
Yeah.
A young guy with that much money, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
That successful, so young. You're like. The human mind isn't supposed to handle that much success at such a young age. That much exposure, money. It takes wisdom to do that. And Floyd, he's 37 now. He knows what he thinks long term. He has fighters he's managing now under his promotional belt. So, yeah. But I know what else about Floyd I think people hate on, especially him, is that his style, his fighting style, I think people look at it as more sport than street, which sounds so stupid because, let's be honest, if Floyd lands that right straight on the street or on the curb, you're going to get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on his style? You think it translates well to a real situation? Where do you stand on it?
Like in a real fight?
Yeah, because it is very boxing nuanced, and the idea of the ref being there to split them up when they tie. What are your thoughts on it?
A real street fight?
Yeah, with Floyd's crab Philly shell style.
I don't think it would too much. I think it would somewhat, but you could do other things in a street fight. Takedowns, leg kicks. There's a lot of things you can do in a street fight.
I think that's another reason why people hate him. UFC's gotten so big. People see that Floyd style is maybe a little missing or obsolete. They're like, dude, I'll fucking take you down. I bench press 250. Chances are you're going to have to catch him first. And you probably, if Canelo or Maidana can't hit him, you're not going to land the finger. Yeah. You're not going to, good luck. All right? Yeah.
But that goes with any other sport. I mean, any sport that's like focused on one thing, MMA encapsulates like a broad spectrum.
Yeah.
So, let's say wrestling, for example. This brings back to you sparring on Bohang. So in the kickboxing club, Jimmy was sparring this wrestler named Bohang, and he was shooting for takedowns. But one thing I noticed in the sparring match is that Bohang was fishing for the takedown. Like when you were throwing the punches, Bohang would keep his head down and just like wave his arms or flail his arms around trying to grab you and go for the takedown. And even that wouldn't work in an MMA fight. Like, you can't just, like, shoot for a takedown like that because you'll eat a knee to the face. And you could easily get sprawling and get punched from the top. I mean, so even in that sense, if it were another sport, you don't see these MMA fans like, oh, somebody will throw a knee if you go for the takedown like that. So, I mean, for every other sport, I mean, there's certain things that won't apply in MMA. And people just need to realize that MMA is its own sport and boxing is its own sport. So
yeah, it's like apples and oranges, right?
Yeah,
exactly. And the gloves make such. We talked about the defensive aspects of the glove, but also the offensive. I mean, you can land really your punch 360 degrees around your hand with the glove on, from the palm for a slap hook to like even the wrist if you catch the wrong way.
Yeah.
You do that in a street fight, you're gonna break your puny little fingers. A slap hook like this, bang! Oh, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done. Even right here, I'm looking at the back of my hand, where it's so delicate with the bones there. You ever seen like your hand under an X-ray?
Oh yeah, you can see all the.
It's amazing that it even still operates because it's like a clock in there. So yeah, it's very fragile. But anyway, man. But Floyd, it's better to know any style than no style, and Floyd's the best at his.
I mean, if Floyd would have fought somebody who wasn't like trained in like any martial art,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, Floyd would definitely win the fight.
Yeah, he'd probably land 8 punches before the guy can say hello. So that wraps up lion fight and boxing.
Let's talk more about
Let's not hate on Glory, man. Come on.
Okay, so Glory has something new coming up, and this event is called Technique of the Week. If you haven't seen it, you can go to their website and watch it, or follow them on YouTube.
I like this though. All kidding aside, I actually like Glory's Technique of the Week videos.
Nice. I can.
Have you checked some of these out before?
Yeah, I've seen this one.
I love the one when they bring Robin van Roosmalen and he showed like how to throw the jab.
Yeah.
Let me catch some of this.
Get to the head, so that's why he's taking the legs, taking me off balance. Oh.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh wow. I'm not even conscious of
with
that.
The inside knees to the leg, it's taking me off balance right here. And then he can just follow up with a knee to the body.
So they're having, I'm not sure what the coach is, but he sounds super legit. He looks Dutch.
Yeah.
And he's training this guy how to throw knees to the other guy's thighs in the clinch. That's some nuanced stuff I didn't even think about. So I love their techniques of the week because they get some of the Glory stars to demonstrate. We're looking forward to really their season 2, man. What fights interests you the most? Pick like logical matchups that can happen. We've never done this before. This is good.
That's what they like.
We have we got time. Yeah, we got plenty of time. So like, who do we got here? Let's look at the lightweights, which is my favorite division, and probably most people's. Oh. David Curia, my man. So who do?
Another Andy versus David Curia. Oh, yeah, I forgot Nicky Hoskin is in that mix. Is he?
No, he's welterweight.
Oh, okay. No, I'm lost.
So who do we got here? Can you like put anyone together? This guy, Marat Gregorian's coming off a huge win against Robin Van Roosmalen. Look out for him. Looks so good in that fight. The Glory is one of those. I'm not even know what I'm trying to say. It's one of those organizations where it's so high level that one guy can beat the other guy any night of the week if they have an on night. You know, unless you're like Georgia Petrosian or a guy on a high level, these guys have the skills to beat each other at any day of the week. So we saw that a couple times this year. So who can you match up here that you want to see? I know Petrosian's coming back soon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God,
damn, I don't know. Petrosian versus
who would be a good matchup for him to get back on the track with?
Oh, Petrosian?
Yeah, because they're not gonna feed him like
yeah.
Kyria first off. He's
Maybe
been
not
in Kyria. He's been in Kyria and Roosmalen already.
Maybe Hollenbeck?
I think Semsi Bakiri would be a good fight for him. You know, Semsi's pretty damn solid. You ever watch him fight?
No, I never seen him.
He's good. He's fought Roosmalen. He's fought Sato. But I love their lightweight division. It's so stacked. The best in the world right here, man. Even though some of these guys I've never seen, like, who the hell is he? Look at his face.
His face is kind of weird.
There's a one Asian dude. Damn, where are the Koreans, man?
I don't know.
Not that many Haitian fighters either.
Yeah, there's not much Haitian.
Damn. Only one American dude I'm seeing is Hollenbeck, and we all know what happened to him. Remember Andy Risty?
Oh yeah, I remember.
So right now, the kings of this division is Kyria, Risty, Petrosian, Roosmalen. It's really a war between those guys to see who's gonna get the belt. Right?
True.
If only they brought in Buakaw. Shit. So okay, let's finish on this with Glory. Tyrone Spong, leg kick injury. What's gonna happen for him, Rico? As the biggest fan in the world.
Oh, he's not gonna fight Gokonsaki right away. I don't think so.
He
But
shouldn't.
I believe Tyrone Spong will definitely fight him a third time though.
Man, remember the first fight in K1? Saki knocked him out. It was a legit knockout.
He was knocked out.
Overhand right. But both fighters now are completely on another level.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. He'll probably fight maybe Olunga.
Again?
Probably.
Remember that fight was kind of called a little short before it should have, and remember that it was in Chicago or something, and then the ref stopped it a little earlier than it should. Why do you love? Let's just talk about why do you love Tyrone Spong as much?
I don't know, man, because he's so cool.
He is pretty damn cool. You ever watched the King of the Ring documentary series?
Of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I know you did. I know you did. He's a great switch dancer.
I think Tyrone Spong is kind of the reason why I started following kickboxing.
All right, talk about that.
I mean, when I really got into Tyrone Spong,
not Sam.
No, not Sam.
His name's Sam.
How is he?
There's a lightweight fighter whose name is just Sam.
Daniel Sam.
Daniel Sam. Oh, 1 and 3, not good. Shit. All right, I'm sorry, man.
I don't know when I started following Tyrone Spong. I think I started following Glory when I don't remember what number, but it was in NYC, the one I was supposed to go to.
Oh, Glory 12?
Yeah, that's
when you started following?
Yes, that's when I started.
You newbie.
I am a newbie. I thought.
Poser.
How long it took you to realize that?
Damn, I thought you were with Glory since the beginning.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Damn.
I was into MMA, and then I joined the Muay Thai gym.
Yeah.
And then then I started looking at Muay Thai fights a little bit more, and then I got something that popped up on my Facebook, Glory New York. So I'm looking up what the hell is this, right? That's when I started following Glory. Started getting into Glory. Huh. And Tyrone Spong was fighting. Was he fighting NYC?
No.
He was. I don't know how
he fought soon before that, so you probably caught his earlier fights.
Yeah, I think I called his earlier fight, and then I just started watching the documentary of him.
Yeah.
I just got hooked. I just got hooked. I'm like, this guy's the coolest guy ever. And I think what really hooked me was because he was a bridge between, like, MMA and kickboxing for me.
Yeah.
Because I knew Rashad Evans. And I saw Rashad Evans hanging out with him. So I'm like, okay, so he's hanging out with Rashad Evans.
Mm.
And Rashad Evans was talking about, I would never do kickboxing. You should see how these fights are, right? So I was looking.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So I just got into kickboxing that way.
Yeah.
Then I started watching a little bit. I went back and then I watched a little bit of the K1 fights on YouTube. Started learning about Peter Ertz. And learning
Butter,
about...
honey. Butter, butter, honey, butter, honey.
Yeah. So I'm still, trying to learn about like K1 and stuff like what happened back then. But it's fairly recent for me. I'm a newbie, okay? I'm a newbie, guys. I've been exposed.
Rico might be a newbie when it comes to being a fan, but when it comes to training, he's pretty well versed. Yeah. So, I followed junior year of high school.
Junior year of high school?
Sophomore year of high
God
school.
Damn.
Yeah. So, like, I have a good amount of knowledge for K1.
Damn.
You know what got me hooked? Maybe you should check it out. It's a Badr Hari documentary. He talks only in Moroccan in this one.
Oh, really?
He just chronicles his whole career and does, like, the history of pretty much K1. It's great. I was so obsessed with it after that. So that's that. Next, we'll end on this. The UFC just had a fight last night. It was Arlovsky versus Antonio Bigfoot Silva. And what happened, man?
Oh, yeah, Bigfoot Silva got knocked the hell out.
Knocked the fuck out!
Got knocked the fuck out. We're not censored by the FCC. Yeah, he got knocked the fuck out.
Man.
Yeah.
So what's interesting about this is Bigfoot Silva, he got busted for for elevated testosterone levels in his last fight. So he was suspended. The fight was considered a no contest. And the fight where he was caught on for was a war against a former K1 heavyweight Grand Prix champion. They were just trading letter. And I had no idea how Bigfoot Silva, a guy who hasn't been known for his chin, was absorbing punches from arguably the hardest puncher in MMA. It was crazy. And Silva was a draw. It was a draw, right?
It was. Wow.
It was a draw. I believe it was a draw. But to me, I think Silva actually edged that out. And next thing you know, what happens? He gets off that stuff, gets off the testosterone, gets knocked out by Arlovsky.
So taking testosterone gives you a stronger chin?
Hell yeah. It gives you more testosterone, it gives you more endurance, it gives you the ability to withstand punishment more, of course. And that's one of the reasons why guys take it. See, a lot of people, when you hear testosterone, you think of just packing on muscle and like aggression. Yes, that's true, but it gives your body a faster recovery time. You can pull 3 a days and the next morning do the same exact thing, same intensity, because your body's healed after you put that syringe in there. Or edible, or liquid, whatever. There's multiple ways you can do this. I don't know. I don't know that well.
No, you open this drawer, you see man testosterone.
Oh shit, that's fucked up. No, but it does, man. It gives you more punishment taking ability. We're watching. So this knockout for Silva, this could be like his last time, because Dana White was pissed when he found out that he was cheating like that, and he gets knocked out. What does that say? It says to me a guy who's abused his body like it's a playground. You can't just go up and down with your endocrine system. Body pays you back everything. So I think this might be the last time we see him.
No, bye Bigfoot.
I don't like that, man. But you know what's weird about it's a tricky situation with Bigfoot. He has a condition, giantism.
Yeah, he does,
and he needs to take this stuff. He does. He medically, I believe he needs to take this stuff for his condition. So where do you draw the line here? You have to monitor it, I guess, so it doesn't exceed the level. But at the same time, the guy's still going to take it because he has to compete even at the normal level. He's a very kind of sad, controversial case of this. Only guy of this kind, you know? So we'll see. But great win for the former heavyweight champion back when I was in middle school. Arlovsky still got it, knocked him the hell out in the first round. So UFC 178, this is wow. It's on the 27th, man. Is
it on pay-per-view?
It's next Saturday.
Is it on pay-per-view?
Yeah, it is. We'll probably do the same thing we did here today. Because that'll be the next podcast. That's perfect. That's perfect, dude. Nice. All right. So, folks, get ready for our next podcast where we'll talk about most likely post UFC 178. Demetrius Johnson versus Chris Carriasso. Co-main event, Donald Cerrone versus Eddie motherfucking Alvarez from Bellator.
Nice.
Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor. Arguably the best card this year. So
This
excited
is a
for
nice
this.
card.
No, this is an incredible card. In my opinion, Cerrone Alvarez can be its own pay-per-view. Oh my god. And McGregor's on it. You know I love McGregor as much as I do Mayweather. Dominic Cruz is making his fucking 3-year hiatus. He's
been gone for a long ass time.
He left when I remember this clearly. He got injured spring semester of my freshman year.
Oh wow.
So how long ago is that? That's 3 years, right?
Yeah, that's about 3.
3 years. The former bantamweight champion's coming back. It should be a great fight, and we'll talk about it next time. Can we end up with you sparring? You know what? 1 second. Alright guys, so thank you for tuning in to lucky number 7 of the Clinch, our bi-weekly podcast. I think I should mention this at the start of every podcast. We're bi-weekly. So if there are people somewhere on this planet, because I think we have like listeners from everywhere around the world now. I think there's like one guy in Beirut or something.
Yeah.
I'm not just making these numbers, I'm just making them up. But if you expect us every week, I'm sorry, we're bi-weekly, so check us out next weekend.
We don't get paid to do this yet, so it's bi-weekly.
I mean, it's just a passionate thing. You know, we
Yeah.
love the sport, and any chance we have to talk about it, we'll take it. So, Rico, say peace out, man.
Later.
Later, guys. Lucky number 7.
Baby, ain't no telling where I may be. May see me in DC at Howard Homecoming with my man Capone coming
fucking something.
You should know my stilo. Went from 10 G's for blow to 30 G's.
Yo, Rico,
for
freestyle
show,
this.
to 4 G's for
Oh
show.
man, you guys ain't ready for me to freestyle.
Get off the notorious. Enough before I squeeze and bust. If the beef between us, we can settle it with the chrome and metal shit. I make it hot
Dude,
like a
Rick is
kettle.
crazy, though.
You're delicate, you better get who sent you. You still pedal shit. I got more rides, the great adventure. Biggie.
Oh, well, you're gonna do it. Do it.
Kick in the door, wait.